Welcome back to Cat Herding 2024.
Hello, I'm a cat. Is that what we've got to do?
Well, it's kind of like herding cats for both of you. Mum is also thoroughly prepared for the beginning of Vlogmas by painting her nails when she has to open an advent calendar. She's completely helpless. The only time women are ever helpless.
I didn't think of that.
No. Anyway, do you remember what we say? Well, you don't until the very last moment. And you've completely forgotten, haven't you?
Vlogmas.
Merry.
Merry.
There we go. Ready? He's getting...
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Merry Vlogmas! 24 more days of this.
Yes.
Well, welcome back to the sewing studio.
Yep.
And
hello
to my parentals. You don't like that, do you?
I'm not a parental.
No. Parental advisory.
I don't pay a rent.
No, it's not what it implies remotely.
No.
We have advent calendars.
Yes.
And we have been I have been slightly dull this year because the rattling and the scratching off camera is really annoying.
Okay.
I've bought the same calendars from Mum and Dad that we had last year because you very much enjoyed your gin, didn't you?
Yes.
Not the same.
Well, it has the same bottles in it, which we're going to use for a display, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we bought the same Exit the Game calendar for Dad, except it's a different storyline because they do about 3 or 4 storylines.
Yep.
And then the very lovely Elena has made me a handmade calendar all the way from Finland. So I haven't bought the Hotel Chocolat one. I've just got this.
I think it's wonderful.
It's lovely.
Well
What,
done,
no
Elena.
chocolate as we
well
go?
Done.
No chocolate, no.
Oh.
Gin,
No.
story, and
I'm going to have to get my
whatever.
licorice down.
Is there any left?
I am.
You could do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Dad's unpackaging Mum's.
And that's what this right arm was doing, you see. Multitasking.
I took the plastic off of yours because there's nothing worse than the plastic wrapper.
You took the plastic off.
I did.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Where's
see
the
that,
bin?
but it was...
Thank you.
Thanks.
So we don't give you
Right,
any.
so we're going to open this one first, are we?
I was thinking we'd do yours last because yours is the interactive one that we have to do
Work
stuff
out.
with.
Okay, come on then.
Yeah.
Gin.
So, drinks by the dram. Whoa. Dad's taken the protective sleeve off.
Oh,
See?
okay.
I was doing something useful.
So,
that's pretty.
Where's one?
very pretty. There.
Where's one?
Oh, it's tiny. Have you got wet nails? Would you like some assistance?
See if I can do it.
Do you okay?
Oh, look at that. Practiced in the art. I can't get it out.
They've changed it up this year. They're different sizes and shapes of thing. Oh, Tanqueray.
Oh.
Is it Tanqueray or Tonqueray or?
Tanqueray, isn't
Are they
it?
different sizes?
No, the doors are different sizes. So it's
That's the one Susan likes.
Yeah, but you listen to Susan say it and it's not Tanqueray.
Oh.
Well, not the way she says it.
Ranger lime, but doesn't like faces. And there we go. So yes, we've got one for Mum's not drinking it in the mornings. It is technically still morning. So you're out this evening as well, aren't you?
We're in briefly.
Are you going to have a very quick gin?
I could.
I'm driving.
And then we don't have to pay.
we also need a report tomorrow morning of your gin and try not to lose the lid or the bottle this time.
Yes.
Because we lost one lid last year. Only one, which is another reason for getting this one. So I think Elena has been very kind, at least for door number 1, and she's put it on top.
It's such a lovely box as well.
So it's got a little deer on it. I love the whole package was packaged with this paper as well. She's like really thought it through. I'm excited.
I love that. You may open me one package at a time or open every surprise at once. Everything depends on your self-control.
Yes, I have better self-control around advent calendars than my lovely brother does. When we had chocolate ones when we were kids.
You didn't?
I did. Mum and Dad bought us chocolate calendars when we were kids, and I was having one every day.
Yeah.
And then I'd come down and there were no chocolates left in the rest of my calendar as you open the things, because James had opened the top, eaten all my chocolates. And so I had no chocolate in my calendar, I only had a picture, and James had like sealed the bottom shut.
Sarah! I didn't know that one.
Yep. Sorry, the suspense.
Oh.
Oh, nail stickers. Oh, they're lovely. They're little leaves.
What are they?
They're little stickers to put on my nails.
Oh, right.
So I can take them to the nail salon when I get my nails done. And yeah, you can have a little sticker put on. I think they're gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And they're leaves. They are leaves. So I'm very happy with that.
Not that she knows you at all.
Yeah, it's like you've been watching us for years or something.
I didn't even think of opening the actual package. There's lemons and very pretty little roses as well, which would look very nice with my current nail polish. Although I'm not going to try and add them on because I've got to add another top coat, and I am not like Mum. I don't have the patience to let it dry, and it would just end up a sticky mess.
Do I have that patience?
Well, apparently not, because you're currently ironing things and have opened a calendar with your wet nails, but I'm not one to tell you that you're incorrect, but they're very pretty. These are going to look really pretty in the spring, the lemon ones. I've actually got some teeny tiny kittenish behaviour cats in gold as well that Rianne gave me, so I might get those and the leaves next time.
Right, so I feel we have a slight advantage this year because we sort of know what to expect from last year.
Well,
to use the box. And...
we know how to process it, but we don't know the...
Oh no, we don't know the story at all.
Story,
so I'm going to film from up here as well.
Okay.
So it opens here. These little tabs. There we go.
No one can see it.
That's why I'm filming down here.
Oh.
Oh, it's the tool shed. That's good.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's very apt, isn't it?
Oh. There's
Very
a
apt.
nutcracker.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Ah.
Well, and they'll be clues.
They
won't
will be.
As will the picture.
4th of May party at Benno's house. Okay. And so we've got the instructions and the clues. We've got the slider again, which we need to make, which I will do. And then we've got the daily. So we've got the storybook, and that's the help book. Okay, we can
So
do
we
this.
do the storybook first.
Yes,
do we?
because that will tell us which symbols we need. Hang on, I'm going to, whilst Dad's reading that, I'm going to pause and I'm going to build this, which needs scissors. Because we had to get a 3-digit clue, and when we got the 3-digit clue, it had the symbols on the back. Oh, there's more.
Oh.
Oh, it's Santa Claus's workshop.
Not Danny's.
Unless Dad is Santa Claus.
Well, that would be good.
He's hidden it very well.
Yeah.
If that is the case. I know Nimue got one of these
I should.
storybooks as well. Have I got the right? I don't think I've put those in correctly. So you'll have to let us know which storyline you got, Nimue. Nope, that's not right either. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. Fail at the first hurdle. Nope, still wrong. Like this. There. Oh dear. Okay, we got there.
Third time lucky.
Oh, good grief. Right, okay. So let us know when you are.
Well, I'm on the 4th page.
Oh gosh.
This is Santa's workshop. There's just been an earthquake and
Oh,
a
no.
massive snowstorm,
Uh-huh.
and I'm the safety officer.
Everyone go home
Poor
and
old
have lunch.
Santa.
I've got to find the first aid kit and prevent panic.
Oh, we've got gin.
And a locking mechanism is going to kick in.
Oh.
So-
What, so nobody can leave?
Yeah. You remember a safety training course
Oh.
where there was a talk of emergency situations in which all the doors of the workshop would automatically lock.
So we're locked in at the moment.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
I will be as soon as I turn the page.
Okay.
And it's never happened before.
Maybe we should have let him do this whilst we were opening ours.
None of us knew it was 5 pages, did we? 5 pages.
Gotta get you immersed in the story.
You've got to tell us the story.
Well, no. You know the essence
we
of
know
it.
the gist. We've been getting the Cliff Notes.
It'd be a disappointment worldwide if I don't open all the doors.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. Oh, the responsibility.
No pressure.
Have a gin.
You've got 24 of them. Not all in one go.
24? Why?
Because there's 24
Right,
days
1st of
Advent.
December.
I was thinking it was
Right.
double for a minute. I don't know
The
why.
door to the pantry is slightly open. Heart pounding, you enter the room.
Okay, okay. Video
Once
time again.
inside, you falter and catch your breath.
I catch
It's
my breath.
anticlimactic.
On the floor is a mess of broken glass, mixed in with squished and spilled food. Suddenly, the door locks behind me.
Oh no! At least it
So we
wasn't
won't see you
fridge.
for 24 days. He'll be
That's
in,
unfortunate.
you'll be locked in the box.
This was definitely premature.
Food to calm your nerves. Code from big to small.
Okay.
Right, now open door 1.
Oh, okay. Video.
And you will find 6 riddle cards.
Okay. Ooh,
No food?
6.
we need to have a look inside there.
Have a look inside.
Oh, there's a gingerbread man on the floor.
It's a sweet jar with Rudy's ID card behind it.
And there's a tongue on the inside of the door.
A tongue. What?
Nice larder. Stocked up.
Name, Rudy Michael Carl Hammer. Department, wooden toys. Which key fits which jar?
Yeah, oh, that does say 3 on it.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's curly. Look at the size of the shape of the key and the shape of the lock.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Right, and hang on. Right, okay, let's see if we can do this multiple-handed. So we've got the code there, and then you turn it over and you get the pictures. So we've got to follow. But then what we were doing last year was we were just trying to look for the symbols. But if we go, so you see here it says up 1 to the left,
Yeah.
and then down 1, and then across 1, it is crescent, crescent, circle. So that's number 2. Because look, so you go
Crescent, crescent, circle.
Oh, I see.
that
I'm with
white,
you now.
yeah.
No,
So,
I was
yeah.
going across there. Like
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that one,
Okay.
that one, that one. So this is door 2. So now we need a pen. I have no pen.
What sort of pen?
One that will mark on this.
Do you want one that will rub out?
No. No, I think we discovered after last year that the box will not survive the process.
Well, no, because we had to dismantle it,
We
didn't
do.
we?
Thank you. So this is number 2.
Good. That was fun.
I like that. We got there eventually.
Very
We
well.
Get our brains back into lateral thinking.
Yeah.
Right, so you are going to play bridge this afternoon.
I am.
You're going to art
Painting.
club. I'm going to put that in.
I'm going to go and do a masterpiece.
Lovely. I have to show you some of Dad's work.
Oh,
I really
amazing.
like your chicken.
Really good.
Your chicken was good.
Chuck.
Yes, the
Cats
cats
have eaten
ate
it.
it.
Ah! If they've eaten the border. So I've told him to do a black strip.
I
and
wondered,
stick
I
it
thought,
on.
how's that? They chewed the corners.
You did leave the door to your art room open.
It was on the dining room table.
That's even worse because they're not
Okay.
allowed on there.
I put it on there to try and flatten it a bit.
Yeah.
They've discovered it up. They've discovered the
I'm not amused.
the kitchen island where Mum prepares their food.
And they're being put down.
Yes.
Very firmly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yes.
But hopefully
But the
they
trouble
will
is-
learn.
Trouble is, cats enjoy interaction. So, like you raising your voice and saying stuff to them, like is like, ooh, game. So
I make them jump.
Yes, you do. They literally levitate. So you actually have to just scoop them up. Don't say anything. Scoop them up and put them on the floor. Like it's no interaction. It's not fun. It's not any kind of like interaction from you because that's what they love.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
That can go, can't it?
Yes, we had fun this morning as well. Izzy decided. Oh, hang on a second. We had filled up the 24 minutes. Yeah, Izzy this morning followed me into the bathroom, and I was going to use the bathroom, so raised the Lucy, and she promptly pounced in and then pounced up again. It's like a could have caught her.
Wet.
Yeah, little wet feet. She was like, thankfully, it was clean.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it was.
True.
No, thumbnail,
What?
thumbnail.
and
What do you mean?
We have to pose, remember, for a picture.
No, I don't remember. I can't remember. Yesterday.
let alone today.
I think I got something.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed the first Advent calendars of Vlogmas. There will be 24 more days of this, and you're going to do some ironing now, aren't you?
I am.
Dad, what are you off to do?
What?
What are you off to do? Anything exciting?
I'm going to put this in the bin,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going to get my stuff ready to go.
Uh-huh. Yes, because it's almost time for you to leave. And I am going to get on with filming this week's video because I have had other things happening this week and yeah, have not done it as yet. But it is going to be a quick one, and it's going to be a faceless one again as well because it's a mini tutorial that I've been threatening for ages. So I'm going to get that filmed and then move on to the piped dress or the piping tutorial. So I will report back later and let you know how it all goes. Also, Mum enjoyed her gin calendar, so it's not like I'm forcing her to have a calendar that she didn't enjoy. You did express an interest in this one again, didn't you? So yeah, it's not like I'm forcing her to have this one just for my decorative purposes. It just happens to be a happy outcome or a byproduct that I get pretty decorative bottles out of it. So this is the aftermath of Mum's calendar last year, and as you can see there's one that just lost its top. Not quite sure what happened there. Mum very carefully washed them all for me and has tried to not take the labels off, but I would actually like to take the labels off, so I'm going to give them a hot bath and try and take the wax and the labels off. Well, because I want to be able to see what's in them.
Turn around.
Well, yes, but then what's the point of having the labels? And also they're basically on a nail polish, acrylic nail polish stand, and there's 2 extra basically shelves for them to go on. So obviously the calendar is going to provide 1 more row than we technically need, but it's also going to replace that lid that was lost. Right, I am back at the sewing table. I have cleaned the machine, put a new needle on, changed the thread over, and now I am going to attempt to do a video about facings. I don't like facings, but I have seen a couple of interesting ways of finishing off a facing if you do have to use them for a project, and some projects you do have to use them for. I can think of the So La-Di-Da Sweetheart dress for one, and the Vogue dress that I made for my sister-in-law's wedding. Both of those I used bias binding for the facings, and I think going forward I would fully line the Sweetheart dress with perhaps a bit of the lining, so like recopy the entirety of the pattern and then add like a 3-inch panel at the top of each dress piece that would be cut out of the outer fabric and then the lining sewn to the bottom of that. You couldn't just take the facing and kind of add things that way because the facing is in a one piece by itself and square, so you would have to kind of like, it's not drafting, but you would have to just futz with the pattern a little bit to get that. And the reason I do that is just so that because the majority of times the lining that I use is a solid ivory viscose Marrakein from the fabric room, so I wouldn't want that to like peek out and roll on the neckline, so that would be why I would want like a same fabric as the outer, but obviously I don't want to line the entire dress in the outer fabric because that's just wasteful, and I could make a second dress if I had that much fabric of whatever I was using. You get the picture. There was a reason for me burbling on about this. Oh, the other one, the Vogue dress, yeah, I finished that one with a bias binding as well, which I really like the look of. I know it can add bulk, especially in some of the lighter fabrics, and I'm using a viscose to demonstrate the different types today. One thing I have found is that one of the facing pieces that I cut out has a giant chunk missing out of it, so I think I've still got some of this fabric floating around. I hope I have. It's not going to be the end of the world if I haven't, because I can do something else, but I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to do that, but never mind. Anyway, I'm gonna get on and get this filmed and hopefully edited and uploaded today. That would be great. And I think I want to try and work on my Can I Make a Dragon in a Day video tomorrow, because I've gone through and made all of the little projects, so like the hair ties, the bookmark, a lanyard and a key fob, which honestly hadn't occurred to me until I was trying to cut all the stuff out for the hair accessories pieces from my zero waste project. So I've cut all of the things that I can cut out of the fabric, so now I just have a bag of scraps, which is quite a you know, a big bag of scraps. There's quite a lot of scraps in there, and some of them, I mean, like realistically I probably could cut another bookmark out of this, but I don't need a million bookmarks in the same fabric, and I want to show diversity in the different things that you can use from it. I mean, obviously I can make the point that there are lots of bits in there that you could still make a million bookmarks from and donate them or gift them to a local charity shop or a local charity that has sales, or like the WI. Mum wants some of these things for the WI so that they raise money for charity as well. So, you know, just little projects that you can do for that. But I also need to stuff an entire dragon. Now, it's not a very big dragon, and I actually think I'm going to be able to fully stuff it with offcuts from the patterns that I've been cutting out, which I kind of really love the idea of. So it's going to be like a complete dragon made from and of the excess parts of cutting out dresses and stuff like that. And I realise that not everyone's going to want to approach a zero waste project like this. Some people do want to do the kind of like minimal cutting, minimal like large panels that get gathered down and into things. And I have a dress, I realise I have a zero waste or a minimum waste, I think it might be minimum waste project from Pattern Union, this one, which I've not made yet. Deb, when we were talking on the chat on your channel, you mentioned that you, for your PDF patterns, you've taken and printed out a photo of the front of all of your patterns and put them in a binder. I don't know why that's not occurred to me before, but it's a genius idea. So that's one of the projects I want to get done this month as well. So yeah, I do have a zero waste project that I did purchase because I liked how it looked, and this would have been a great fabric for it because it's really lightweight cotton lawn, like really drapey. So I don't think anything with any more heft to it would have worked quite as well for that pattern. But I also knew that I wanted to do the 8577 from this fabric because I love the dress and I love the fabric. Anyway, I'm waffling a lot, so I'm procrastinating because I don't want to do this facing video, but I've got to, so I'm gonna get on and get that filmed. Wish me luck. Okay, I have made a lot of facings. For someone that doesn't like facings and always chooses a lining, this was a lot of facings, and in fact it was slightly more than this as well, because 3 of these I used 2 methods on, so that I only had to have 4 and didn't have to cut out loads more, because fun times. But yeah, really pleased with this, and now I've got to go and edit it all. So I'm heading back up to the main house, but before I go I am going to give you a kitten update.
Baby girl, I'm trying to edit. I'm trying to work. Do these biscuits have to get made? Yeah. All of the biscuits. It's quite shocking how giant you feel next to the teeny tiny kittens, because you're a small cat. Well, I mean, you're a chubby cat, but like in stature you're quite a small cat, but you feel huge in the nicest way possible. There's lots to cuddle and I very much appreciate it. Carry on with the biscuits. I have the cats, well, I had the cats on my lap, and now I have the cats sort of on me, but they're both as long as they can be. Oh no, Izzy's up.
They are unbelievably cute, and they came into our lives at exactly the right moment. We unfortunately had to say goodbye to our very lovely Susie dog earlier this week, which was incredibly hard, and it was the right time for her. She had a very long and lovely life, 16.5 years. She's travelled the globe. She lived in Saudi Arabia for a while. She has been thoroughly loved and spoiled by mum and dad and the wider family. I've lived with her for 10 years now. Even she and her kind of ended up with a kind of an understanding towards the end. It's left a huge hole in all of our hearts, and a huge kind of like hole in the household, but it was something that we knew was going to happen at some point this year, and we're kind of amazed that Susie had managed to get to November. Mum had a incident happen about 6 weeks ago now. She went to Bridge on a Friday afternoon, and when she was pulling into the car park, she noticed that there was a cat. The cat wasn't moving, so Mum got out of the car to see what was going on, and the cat had obviously been injured in some way. So Mum was like directing traffic around it, well, not traffic but other incoming cars, because obviously they were going for a bridge class, and so the car park, lots of cars were coming in, so Mum was making sure that it was okay. And when her friend Susan arrived, they scooped the cat up and took it to the local vets, who scanned her, and there was no microchip, and they took her to the RSPCA so that she had somewhere to stay overnight. And unfortunately the vet thinks that she had been hit by a car, and unfortunately she didn't survive the evening. But she was a little black and white pussycat, and Mum came home very kind of like, oof, you know, like, oh gosh, we hope it's going to be okay. And when we rang the RSPCA the next day and got told the news that the cat hadn't made it through the evening, we were obviously very sad. Susan had made the decision that she was going to adopt the cat if she had survived, and we were going to go and visit later that day. Mum asked and decided that she wanted to go to the RSPCA to visit the kittens or cats anyway, and so we went. And the RSPCA now have an appointment only system for actually visiting the cats, but we went to register our interest in adopting some kittens, and then Mum was just like, I need cats. And so we drove all the way up to the north of the island to the Cats Protection League, who did let us come in and look at their very lovely cats. And we weren't allowed to actually meet any of them, it was just sort of seeing them in their pods. And they didn't have any kittens available for adoption, but they did have quite a few older cats. We have adopted older cats in the past. It was a lovely experience, but they came with their own personalities that, you know, we had to get used to, which is what happens. You know, I fully appreciate that Max and Izzy, and also Chiana I got at 8 weeks old, Max and Izzy we got at 12 weeks old. They have already got their own personalities, and they're going to grow up into the cats that they're going to be regardless of our influence. But it feels like you have more kind of like, not control, but like input into their characters because you're with them from the very beginning. And obviously we still have Chiana as well. Chiana's 11 years old now, so we thought that kittens coming into the household would be something that she would accept better than another adult cat who had its own set personality. Not saying that the kittens don't already have that, but the theory is that Chiana can kind of show them the ropes and make sure that they treat her how she wants to be treated. She will let them know if they've overstepped the mark. She used to do that with Susie all the time, and that was the theory behind kittens. And then two, because we wanted them to have each other to play with so that they didn't try to play with either Susie or Chiana. It was actually really lovely for the last 4 weeks that we've had them with Susie as well. It really kind of brought her to life again. Susie had been very much of the I am going to go to sleep in my favourite places. She kind of just really kind of wandered around and looked a bit lost. Susie lost her sight a while ago. She, we think, was selectively deaf, but was definitely harder of hearing in her older age, and having both of those senses taken away must have been very disconcerting. I mean, she went blind years ago. The vets were just like, there's nothing we can do about it, it's just one of those things, and just, you know, be her eyes when you're out walking her. And she was very brave. She would be up and down the stairs in the garden, and she'd wander around and she'd bump her nose. I did get her a harness for a blind dog, but it was quite bulky, and it ended up not being something that she could sit in the way that she liked with it on. So whilst it protected her nose from bumping onto everything, it didn't actually enhance her life at all, so that quickly went by the wayside. But yeah, these last sort of 4 weeks, Susie's really perked up with the kittens coming into the household. She never ever, when she was younger, liked any other animal with 4 legs. When Mum and Dad got her, they'd already had 2 silver tabbies, silver British short hairs, and I do have a photo of them all when they were teeny tiny babies. Susie would use those as like chew toys, and to be fair, Harry the boy cat gave as good as he got, and whenever Susie was put away into her crate, he would then pounce on his sister and they would play fight anyway, much like Max and Izzy are doing now. Despite Susie coming into a household with cats living in it already. She decided that she did not like other four-legged creatures of any variety. Yeah, when Mum was walking her, she used to have to, thankfully she was a small dog, because Mum used to have to scoop her up if they were walking past other animals on smaller paths. Susie was not tolerant of other animals whatsoever. My brother and sister-in-law adopted Harry and Cassie and have loved them and looked after them for a very long time. Unfortunately, we lost Cassie earlier this year. Again, she's 16, nearly 17 years old. Harry is still going strong. I have this picture of him being lap cat earlier this year when I was up there for the Festival of Quilts, which is kind of unheard of. Harry is not a lap cat. He's a next to lap cat, but he's not an on lap cat. So I was honoured and did not move until he was ready to leave. But yeah, so Harry is the only one left of the trio that were brought into our family 16 years ago. So we weren't really expecting great things from the kittens and the dog, but Susie, like, she was really interested, and she didn't snap or growl or bark. There was a few barks, which didn't happen very often anymore because she's a very old lady and she was saving her voice. But there was a few barks, but they were more excited than they were like warning. She absolutely loved their toys and was having a whale of a time with all the new toys that were in her vicinity. The snuffle ball that you put treats or dry cat food into and the cats push around. She has one and loves it, so I bought another one for the kittens. They are not remotely interested in it, but Susie was just like, oh my gosh, best toy ever, push it around, it gives treats. We bought her some puppy kibble to put into that, and she wasn't as excited about the puppy kibble as she was about the kitten kibble, but she still pushed it around and ate it and had a whale of a time. And given she was starting to refuse her food and not eat, that was a lovely thing to see. She also absolutely adored the kitten food. Given half a chance, would go and lick the bowls clean, despite her having fresh wet pouches of her favourite foods available to her on demand. She would given the two, she would have the kitten food over her food, which did result in Max and Izzy eating the dog food, which I did check. It's not something that they can do long term because it doesn't have the right taurine and things like that in it, and it's not high enough meat content, but it's not dangerous for the kittens to have dog food occasionally and a couple of bites of it. But you know, they can't live on dog food. It's not got the right things in it, but it's not going to kill them having the dog food, which was good because apparently it smelled delicious, and Max was just like, yes, this is for me, and Susie's there eating his dinner. So dinner times became interesting. But yeah, she seemed to really enjoy being sort of other teeny tiny little warm bodies around, and they were very gentle with her. They were very interested. They did hiss and spit a little bit when they first met her because they were born in the RSPCA and have only ever seen 2 rooms, so this was a new creature that they'd never seen the like of before. They were very, very, very gentle with her, and I do have this one photo of Max using Susie as a kneading tray, or as I like to think, doggy day spa, and there was always a blanket between them, so there was no nails claws included. We think she enjoyed her last sort of week with them. We always knew, we've always been a household that's had pets, and there's been very few periods of time that have been longer than, say, 6 weeks, I think is the longest that we've gone with no pets in the house. We decided this time round that we were going to adopt kittens before anything happened, not to replace Susie, but just to give us a little bit of joy and warm furry cuteness when Susie did go. I mean, nothing's going to replace Susie, nothing ever could replace Susie, but it's been lovely having them, and I'm tearing up. Yeah, they're just so cute, so adorable. And the cat that the cat that started all this was a little black and white girl as well, and we now have another little black and white girl. So yeah, it's been a really, really sad week. Yeah, like I say, nothing's gonna ever replace Suze, but we do have new little furry beings to love, and there is plans eventually, when the time's right, to have another puppy. That was always the plan. 2 cats first, as we've proven in the past. That's our kind of modus operandi. 2 cats first, then introduce the puppy, and this time round we are hoping that they will all get on, because Max and Izzy are going nowhere. We are also planning on getting something that is not a pack dog like Susie was. She was a Plummer Terrier who are bred to live in packs and for rodent control on farms. It's a northern breed. It's not a very old breed, and Mum and Dad came across them whilst they were out at a show in the Wirral when Mum was based up there for a little while, which is how they discovered the breed. They'd never heard of it before. I think Dad saw it out at one of the shows and was just like, that's a lovely looking dog. We are not going for a small dog with pack kind of tendencies or a terrier. We've had terriers our entire life. They are adorable, but they are so high maintenance. Not that any dog isn't, but we're just hopefully going to go for something that's a little more chill. Mum has her eye on a poodle. It's got to be a small dog as well because Mum's going to be the one walking this, and Mum's going to be in her 80s when she's walking this dog. So yeah, it's going to be a small dog. Mum's thinking a poodle. Dad's actually kind of interested in a Yorkshire Terrier, but terrier. So yeah, it's when the time is right and when we find the right puppy, and it will be a puppy. Again, it's just one of those things that Mum and Dad have been doing for what, 45 years, 46 years now. Is they've always had animals from babies, and I know there's lots of animals that need to be rescued and older animals that are left in shelters. We got Max and Izzy from the RSPCA. We donate to the RSPCA. I donate to the RSPCA as well, and we puppies is just the way that we've always done things and the way that Mum and Dad want to do things. If we meet and fall in love with an older dog, who knows, but I don't think it's going to be anything other than a puppy coming in. So yeah, but that's what's been going on this week. I know it's a little bit of a somber start to Vlogmas. It may be not what, I mean, nobody wants to hear that, but it was one of those things that I've mentioned it on Instagram, I've mentioned it in the Peeps group, but I know not everybody is either follows me on Instagram or is a member of the Peeps group, and I haven't been updating you guys, the general, all of you subscriber base, that much recently, because obviously the behind the scenes waffles have been Patreon exclusive. So the last time I really spoke to you guys like this was last Vlogmas, so I didn't want any of you guys sort of asking where Susie was and me having to tell you that way and anyone feeling bad about it. So yeah, it's been a really sad week. She's never going to get replaced, but Max and Izzy are very cute and they are doing a teeny tiny little fluffy job of making everyone smile and laugh and roll their eyes at their antics, and just yeah, they're adorable. We had a little meeting with Chiana this morning. It's slowly, very slowly introducing them so that she doesn't get stressed or upset about anything. She sat on the bed, watched them, and did a slow blink. There was no growling and hissing this time, so that is progress. Izzy and Max were both like, this room clearly smells of other cat, so they were very tentative about coming in, then sort of like, you know, very tentative about going too far in, and both of them went and sat on the blanket that I've put in front of my door and started making biscuits on the blanket. So they were just like, we want to be friends, but we appreciate that this is not our territory. Yeah, that went really well. And then Chi afterwards came and sat on my lap and purred once the kittens had gone and had breakfast, and she was back in my room by herself. So we are slowly introducing them, and we will eventually have Chi have the run of the house. Dad is going to be over the winter cat proofing the back garden so that the cats can come outside when they would like to. Chi is going to love that. We do live fairly close to a very busy road. We're on like a cul-de-sac, so there's like our little tiny one-way or like one track street to all of the houses along here. There's about 20 houses on our little bit of the road, and then there's a really busy main road into the capital of the island from our little village. So I don't like the idea of Chiana being outside because I have lost 3 cats over my lifetime to road accidents, and I just don't want that to happen again. And obviously I don't want anything to happen to Max and Izzy as well. So Dad is cat proofing the back garden. He's really pleased about it. But he has been doing research and watching videos and having a look at Protect a Pet and things like that about the different ways and methods of cat proofing the back garden. So we're going to do our best. If we end up with them still being proper little escapologists and getting out of the back garden, they may get a catio so that we can have parts of our house open in the warmer months and they can have some access to the outside with just safety in mind, because we do also have foxes and badgers around here. Not as many as when we lived a little more rurally, but we do have those. Other cats and fleas and things like that indoor cats just live longer. I appreciate that giving them the back garden doesn't technically make them indoor cats, but they will be house cats and I'm really pleased about that, and I think Mum is as well. I think Dad's getting on board, but yeah. So that's the kind of update from this last couple of months. I hope you've enjoyed our very first day of Vlogmas. We will be back tomorrow for more calendar fun. I can't wait to see what I've got in my calendar from Elena. I can't believe I didn't even think to open the package earlier to have a look and see if there was more than one design, but I love them. Thank you so much. They're very, very cute, and I will be taking them to the salon next time I get my nails done to, yeah, to have some leaves. Little leaves. Anyway, I'm just babbling now, so I've still got this video to edit, which I think is actually going to be a little bit of a longer process than I thought it was going to be, but hopefully you guys enjoy the facings video, and I will see you all tomorrow for more Vlogmas. Bye!